Kia ora, a bit of everything as we head through this week. We've got strong winds, heavy rainfall, thunderstorms, snow, and some pretty rough coastal conditions as we head through towards the end of the week as well. We start off with that wet weather running into Northland through the daytime today. There's the risk of some thunderstorms in the mix as well. As this low pressure system moves across the Northland, we'll find some heavy rainfall back in towards those northern parts of Tairāwhitii, and that rain then feeds down towards this eastern side of the Southland, where it lingers through Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. While the wetter weather is on this eastern side, we'll find stronger winds running through parts of Western, Buller and Grey as we head through Wednesday, and strong southerly winds build up through the daytime on Wednesday, pushing towards places like the Marlborough Sounds, Wellington and Wairarapa. And that's going to be a windy story there as we head through Thursday. You can see that rain continues to feed in towards the likes of Canterbury, turn to snow over the higher parts of the Canterbury High Country. And it takes its time to clear across those northern areas up towards Kaikoura as well, with those strong southerly winds perhaps reaching gale force or even severe gale force in the most exposed parts of Wellington and Wairarapa. Heading through towards Friday, that rain continues to move further north. There's some heavy falls perhaps in towards parts of Wairarapa, along with those strong winds, making it feel a fair bit colder as well, clearing out on the Southland, but with some colder air back with us, it is going to be a colder end to the week. In terms of our rainfall, we've got those heavy rain watches up through Northland, warnings through the likes of Tairāwhitii, and we're going to keep a close eye down towards Wellington and Wairarapa as well. But some of the heaviest rainfall as we go between now and Friday will be these easterlies in towards parts of Kaikoura and northern parts of Canterbury, with rainfall totals as much as 150 or 200 millimetres of rainfall in those areas where that rain lasts through right the way through into towards Friday. So there are already plenty of severe weather watches and warnings in place. You can see a good scattering here across both islands. Some of the heaviest rainfall though down around the likes of Kaikoura and northern Canterbury and Banks Peninsula. And where that wet weather meets that cold air, it will turn to snow, and some snow about the higher parts of the Canterbury High Country, which will have an impact on some of our roads as well. Arthur's Pass and Porter's Pass. I'd like to find some snowfall about the tops of those roads as we head through the nighttime Wednesday into Thursday. It's not just the wet weather though. We'll also find our winds picking up, particularly down that western coast as we head through Wednesday afternoon. Those winds coming in from the southeast, but as they come down that downslope on the other side of the Southern Alps, through the river valleys being channeled by the mountains there, we'll find some really strong rivers of wind, some pretty gusty conditions through some of those valleys as well. Worth keeping an eye on the forecast there. And unsurprisingly, we'll also find the winds that are pretty strong around the likes of Cook Strait, especially as we head through the daytime on Wednesday. These purple colours here showing the most exposed areas, and also those areas I'd like to find gale force, even the severe gale force winds, gusting 120 kilometres an hour, not out of the question in some of these regions as we go through the daytime on Wednesday, or through the end of the day on Wednesday and into Thursday. So with that in mind, we have got some strong wind watches covering that western coast of the Southland from Western right the way up towards Buller, but also some watches for the likes of the Marlborough Sounds and Wellington as we go through the end of the day on Wednesday into Thursday. Now these two here, very likely that they'll be upgraded to warnings as we head through the daytime, so worth keeping a close eye on the forecast there. Even by Wellington standards, it's looking like a pretty windy story, and those stronger winds as well, helping to lift up some pretty rough seas around the likes of the Cook Strait too, so well worth keeping that in mind as well. As we head through the next few days, we'd like to find some pretty inclement weather across the country, so do keep a close eye on the forecast and updates to these watches and warnings, and you can find all of those at metservice.com.